Hi, and welcome to Sports, School and Camp Life Success. My name's Joe Christensen, and I'm a teacher, sports coach, and former camp counsellor. Today, I'm here to talk to you about the positive use of a reflection room or a timeout room at your school, and how that we can use it as more than just a behaviour management tool, but actually a tool to empower the students at that school and their minds both in and outside of the classroom. So a little bit about the positive reflection room tool. So the reason we have it is so that often teachers will use it to remove a student who has some misbehaviours in class, so that the rest of the class can move on and flow and get on with the lesson. What will happen is a teacher will refer that student to the reflection room, or in a positive school, the student themselves can self-refer to that room if they're not feeling in the right headspace to be engaging in the lesson today. So that would be a proactive decision, and a decision that I'd highly recommend that students be able to make, and that schools facilitate and allow those students to do that rather than have to wait for something to go wrong. In that room, a planning process occurs to resolve entry back into the classroom if sent by a teacher, or if the student's self-referred, we sit down and we go through with what the problem is is the reason that that student can't be in class during that time, so that we can work around the problem that the student's having and helping them work through that, so that it doesn't affect other lessons or even bigger parts of their life. So we're just going to go into the process in a little bit more depth in this next slide. So the process of how it actually happens and how it looks like in the classroom. So the teacher observes a student doing an inappropriate behaviour and asks them a series of questions, which I'll show you on the next slide. Once they've gone through those questions once, the student generally remains within the room. And if the teacher sees another misbehaviour or action from that student, they'll again go through the series of questions before referring them to the reflection room. What they'll generally do is they'll have a form which will state what the student's answers to those questions, the detail of the incident which will accompany the student to the reflection room, or have another student that will bring that form to the reflection room. Once the student arrives in the reflection room, they will begin a planning process of identifying what they've done to be sent to the reflection room and what needs to be done to repair any damage, or what they could do better next time, other strategies they can use so that they don't find themselves committing the same misbehaviours in the classroom. Once they've got that plan written up, they will come back and see their classroom teacher that had referred them there, and they'll go and see if that plan is an appropriate one to allow the student back into the classroom, so that they can go all the way through their actions and understand what they've done and what a better solution is. Okay, these are the series of questions the teacher will often ask as part of the reflection room process. So it generally goes something along the lines of, what were you doing? What should have you been doing? What happens if I need to ask you those questions again? Is that what you want to happen? And if they say yes at the moment, that's the moment that they should go to the reflection room, because the students understand the process, that if those actions occur a second time, that they will go to the reflection room. Okay, so in the reflection room planning section, the students will generally have a plan that looks something like this. So we'll work through, what did you do? What were you supposed to be doing? What has happened now? Who may have been hurt by these actions or this action? What could we do next time? Will you do this next time instead? So we're planning for success. We're planning to get them back into the classroom. All right, this is what happens if a student self-refers, which is something that I encourage the students to do, because it's much better to do this in a professional manner, in a controlled manner, rather than having to go through the drama or the friction of having an incident, upsetting the class, and having an escalation with a teacher. So we want these kids to be well adjusted when they get out of school, and we want them to be able to be resilient and also identify their own triggers and learn how to look after their own mental health. And this is really a key tool that schools can be using to do that, by allowing students to self-refer. and still going through that process to help them work through any of these problems. So yeah, so the student will self-refer to the reflection room. The student identifies what their problem feeling is, so why they're feeling like this. Are they tired? Is that because they're up too late? Is it because of whatever that might be? Are they stressed about something? What is that issue? What can we do about that issue? So we're really going to work on stopping any major concerns or worries, hopefully, before they engage, before that becomes a negative behaviour or causes more issues for that student and causes more disengagement. And obviously, we're going to work out how to get further assistance, further referral planning, how to overcome that problem. So the immediate benefits of using that is that the teacher does not even need to disrupt or draw attention to a student who has the concern. So everything can be done very politely, very confidentially. Not everybody needs to know that student's business. There's no disruption. The student is learning to seek help before the issue arises. So it's better to seek help straight away rather than let something fester and blow out. A small problem can all of a sudden become such a massive problem, which occurs so often and so much. More concerning hidden issues are often uncovered using this method, as often the student raises the underlying problem rather than just letting the resulting physical behaviour occur. So again, it's just a win-win for everybody. The reflection room questions for the self-referring student, it's a little bit different. So it's, why did you want to self-refer today? How are you feeling? What are your problems or concerns? What can you do to solve or help these problems? And if you don't know, you can ask the teacher for some help with these ideas. Now you have a plan of what you're going to try to do to follow it. If you need help being able to do this, tick yes or no, so that we can work through that plan together and we know what the student's doing and going through, and we can provide that further assistance. To get more tips like this, or to download the SLS protocol for free, just go to www.sportlifesuccess.com and take advantage of our free teaching and coaching hints and our books that we have on that page. Also, check out our YouTube channel with videos just like this, or see us on Instagram. Thank you.